Let's talk to Imran Khan now. He joins me in the studio. He's reported extensively on ISIL in Iraq, and this goes back to our top story, the ISIL gains in both Syria and Iraq. It certainly goes against the narrative that we've been getting, that ISIL have been stopped. What happened?
Well, that's absolutely right. What we're seeing, significant gains in Ramadi in Iraq, in Anbar province, where they took over the whole town, and the Iraqi security forces simply fled. And then we're seeing this going on in Syria as well, in Palmyra. We're seeing them push and push and push. This is a war. There's a lot of toing and froing going on. We have seen in the last few months that ISIL have lost territory. Tikrit, for example, in Iraq, where they were successfully routed, in Kirkuk and in other places in the south, particularly in Jafar al-Sakhr. So we have seen them lose territory as well. But ISIL aren't a threat to them. Sorry, let's start again. ISIL aren't being defeated right now. I mean, this is a war that's going on between the Iraqi security forces and the Syrian security forces, and they are simply getting stronger because more successes means more recruits, means more money, and they're getting all of that. And there are still ways to get across from Syria and from Jordan. So we are seeing them become a little bit more successful than they have been in the past. And
the problem is when they take over these areas, I mean, they are particularly brutal, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And that's actually what, that brutality breeds, afraidness, like a fear in the hearts and minds of the soldiers that are supposed to be defending it, and so they simply leave. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You know, you keep doing that, you keep being that brutal, more territory is going to fall to you because the soldiers are simply scared. They're not paid enough, they're not passionate enough to stay there and fight, knowing that they may well be beheaded or brutally shot and executed in the back of the head.
And the problem is when those soldiers are able to go back and reclaim some of the territory, as we've seen in Iraq, there are often retribution killings, aren't there?
There have been retribution killings, particularly from some of the factions within the Iraqi security forces, and we've seen that, particularly in Tikrit, and we've also seen it in some places that they've taken over. That is being addressed by the Iraqis, but it's a real big fear, particularly when it comes to the sectarian tensions within Iraq itself, between the Shias and the Sunnis, and this is a very big problem that the Iraqi government need to deal with, because those retribution attacks only continue the circle of violence, and we've seen them so many times.
It'll be interesting to see if there's a change in policy and possibly boots on the ground. Thanks for that, Imran Khan.